/ join the Do Novus OC. Oh, I remember the password too.
We did it. We're in the lobby.
Alright, sick. Okay, so first game we have, oh god, are there going to be a whole clan of people with difficult to pronounce names? I'm gonna, Bombs, you know this guy, so why don't you pronounce his name, and then I'll do our team.
He is Bekoch.
Becker. Okay, nice one, right?
I have named him.
Becker. I don't know if that is his name, but that's how I'm gonna pronounce it for the whole night. And in the top left-hand corner. Alright.
They seem like a Scandinavian clan, right? With the crossed O.
Okay, that's reasonable. It could just be that they just thought that was a cool name.
Yeah, probably. This might be.
Sorry. I should do an introduction. Okay, you're right. So, internet, welcome to the Clanwar, the friendly Clanwar versus of the Drunken Outlaws versus Orbital Colossus. I am Dane. This is my stream. Welcome to it. I hope you enjoy. With me, as always, is my co-caster.
Hello, it's me, Bounce Bomb.
Bounce Bomb is one of the best Protoss players in the entire clan of the Drunken Outlaws.
I thought you were going to say in the entire world. Disappointed now.
Do you think I was going to say that? All right. Do you want to do the introduction for Andro?
Yes, sir. In the bottom right-hand side, we have the best Terran in this game. It is Andromeda.
Oh, wait. How do I do... Oh, shit. I don't remember how... There it is. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, I forgot how to hit the buttons. Okay. And in the top left-hand corner, we have the Protoss player from Team Orbital Colossus. It is Bekoch. And buttons.
Already going for the Reaper wall?
Yeah, so he's gonna wall off. This is... I like how he's doing this. I have personally found this to be a little bit tricky. Only because if they do a tank push later on and all that stuff dies, it can be quite difficult. But you know, everyone's different. I don't know. What's your opinion on this map, Bones?
I always go for it. I just like denying the scouting of the Terran, you know.
Yeah, anything you can do to, and then that lets you be aggressive with your adept as well. Looks like the probe and the SCV are going to high five in the middle of the map, but they don't. I always try and get like a little attack in on my way by. You know, a little drive-by attack.
Yeah.
But looks like Bekoch is not really paying attention. He's not getting that zap damage in.
You need to do the drive-by attack to assert dominance.
You
if
do.
You don't, the opponent already has the moral edge. You know?
When I play Terran, which is often, I always feel like I'm immediately going to win the game when the probe high fives the SCV and they don't attack one another. I just think you're a little pussy, so I'm definitely going to win this. Okay, looks like we've got the SCV blocking the expansion from Bekoch. Bekoch decides to put his pylon down preemptively. He's not starting his Zealot yet. He does just manage to just eke out Andro's SCV and get the SCV and get the Nexus down, which is nice.
I think he went Cybercore before Nexus anyway, right? Like even before the SCV came. So really fast Cybercore, allowing him to also get fast tech.
Yeah, but you don't want that pylon before the Nexus in either.
No, for sure.
What's Andro going for? Let's have a look at Andro's base. The Reaper's just checking for proxies around the map. We have the expansion coming down at a super normal time, and we have a second Rax coming down from Andro. So what is this going to be a 2-1-1? Looks like it will be.
Yeah, with the factory. In PvT rather uncommon, but I like it. I think it's a strong strategy in PvT, especially if the opponent doesn't scout it.
I have extensive experience losing with this build, so it will be interesting in seeing how Andromeda plays this out. I mean, one of the things that I find hard with it is when you attack with just a bunch of Marines. I don't find Marines to be super strong against Protoss.
Yeah, it's just, for me it's just when I play against it, I lose it a couple of times because the surprise effect is like it's really high because its ability is like bam in your face. You know, they unload the 60 Marines in like your natural base and they all stim really early on, and you know you're just really surprised.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember playing against Andromeda when she did this build to me, and I had never played against it before. oddly enough, before she did it. Or at least not knowingly, because maybe I just beat it whenever I did before and I didn't think about it much. But she did it to me, and it was really strong, because what I thought was going to happen was I was going to get a mine drop. I don't think I scouted the second racks in her base. So I just saw 3 buildings. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll take a third.
Yeah. Nearly lifting the depot, by the way. It was too close for comfort.
Oof. So the Reaper has seen the tech, so they're going to know that it's presumably going to just be a blink opener. Andro does not know that this is not DT, to be fair, but I mean, this is like the most standard thing ever, right? You just see the Twilight, you see it researching, it's going to be blink. If he scouts the Robo, I think it's extra certainty that that gas is being spent on stalkers.
Twilight Council, by the way, is super exposed. Like the 6 Marines could actually snipe it.
The which, sorry? Twilight Council.
The Marines with the 2 and 1. Yeah, the Twilight Council is really exposed.
Yeah, so if Andro were to, even to be honest, even just taking the 2-on-1 and attacking in the below on the low ground, there's not much that Andro could do about it, and she could get the pylon. Andro Bekoch would do about it, and Andro could get the pylon, and potentially then if they went on the low ground to fight it, then it could be awkward.
Yeah,
we'll have to see. Reaper's just popping in there. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? You still researching Blink? Cool." How many gateways? Oh, a very fast robotics bay and a third bay. So it looks like Bekoch is not respecting this push. Has he scouted the 2-on-1? No, he actually has no idea what this is, as far as I know. He hasn't seen anything. He hasn't scouted with a hallucination. This is just a blind fast nexus. Normal timing. This is pretty much normal unless you're facing a 3 racks, in my opinion. But obviously, we'll have to see if Bekoch changes his build up at all, based on the fact that there is a fairly intense attack coming his way.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm honest though, this Colossus is going to be there by the time the 2-on-1 lands. Yeah,
for sure. Maybe I think if Andro hits with 1 Colossus, it's totally fine because he got a Raven.
Yeah.
But against 2 Colossi, it will be really tough.
Yeah, what I was thinking, and I think this is why Andro is a much better Terran player than me. What I was thinking was that we were going to get a 2 medevac drop. But and she doesn't clear the observer with the Raven. That is a little bit disappointing. You need it'd be nice to make sure that was clear. So obviously Bekoch is just going to rally all of his stalkers right into the top right hand corner, and this drop is going to be, I mean, fairly straightforward to defend, right? I mean, one of the things we see, Bekoch doesn't have observers all over the map, so the fact that he saw this attack moving out is really big for him. And it looks like it's probably just going to get baited and sniped, which is really unfortunate. We'll have to see how Andro decides to play this. Let's see what's going on in her view. Yeah, so this is, if this gets sniped, there's basically nothing that she can do here. She might get a few stalkers as a trade, but not too much. So that's why that observer is so important. To be honest,
this was bad for Andromeda.
I mean, if that was the big push, now she does have a 3rd CC coming down. Which, until it lands, she's still not on par economy-wise. But at least now she's finally getting that observer, so she's probably going. Though, no wonder. The 2 Colossi are out, though. This is looking terrifying. If I'm a Terran in this position, I'm very scared. And the upgrades as well are going to favor the Protoss. Yeah, losing this drop like this was like really bad. Yeah. Now you have a Bio Marauder army without any factory units against a guy who has 2 Colossi and Zealots and Stalkers. Like, if they fight right now, when 1-1 is done for the Protoss, Andromeda is gonna have 0 chance in the fight, in my opinion. I mean, to be honest, this is a kind of a classic example of why you shouldn't drop when there's nothing else going on in the game.
Yeah, or at least if you want to drop, then be super on top of the drop, scan before you go on the base, and then keep it alive at all costs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, imagine right now if she had just floated that medevac outside the base, and while she moved out with her big push, she dropped in order to buy time for that push to move out. I mean, this
fourth is so quick, by the way.
Yeah, from the Protoss. I mean, this is about the time that I would get a 4th, to be honest, because you might as well, because you're you're saturated on all 3 bases. You need somewhere to send the extra probes.
Yeah, I think it's fine with this opening, but like if this was a standard game and the turn was a blind pressure, you could never get a fast base this early.
I do really appreciate that Becca is thinking about the vision on the map. So he doesn't have observers all over the place, which is what you'd normally see. You'd see, you know, sort of observers, you know, 3 or 4 observers out on the map. Instead, building the pylons out as little watchtowers all over the map, which is nice, but obviously it's a little bit annoying if those die when the Terran moves out. They'll just kill those. It's obviously worth it to, you know, to have advance warning of an attack coming, but and it saves the gas for other things, which is nice. But I guess it's more of a stylistic choice than anything.
No. I mean, if Andrew gets to like a really high liberator count, I think she's back in the game. But the Protoss is moving out right now, and this is gonna be, I don't want to say impossible, but insanely difficult for Andromeda to hold.
Yeah, I mean, this is a scary push. Archons.
Yeah.
Colossus.
The turret.
Oh god. That's a lot of bunkers.
Yeah.
And a lot of liberators that need to be sieged up. I mean,
maybe the Protoss is too scared to push. I think this would be the best thing for Andromeda to happen if the Protoss just doesn't push, because then she gets time for the liberators.
Yeah, and the more liberators, the higher that liberator count gets. I mean, the Stargates are only just being added for the Protoss players. So.
Andrew needs to stand on top of the ramp, by the way. Like, this is really important.
Yeah. And now the bunkers have finished, though. The supply deepers are going up. I mean, this is looking pretty nice. And she's got the watchtower. Sorry, the sensor tower to see exactly where that army's going at all times. I hope she's adding 4 liberators at a time bombs. 4.
Yeah.
I just said time.
This
bombs.
is really good, but the Protoss is already getting the counter with the 3 Stargates on the way.
Yeah, but I mean, this attack from the Protoss is probably not going to succeed, given that. So if Andrew can find time to drop while this is happening, I don't know. It's
a drop would have been awesome, but maybe a drop would have also forced the Protoss to attack, and then I think it would have looked very dire for Andromeda.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's still angles. There's still angles for Protoss to attack at here, which is. This is still terrifying. I mean, no matter how many defenses you have, this just is terrifying.
Yeah.
Protoss
no disruptors for the Protoss, by the way, which is good.
What's that?
No disruptors for the Protoss, which is good for Andromeda.
Yeah, no disruptors, and you know, the fleet beacon is only finishing just now, so like there isn't really a window right now. And even if there's only 1 or 2 Tempests out, I think Andro could probably counter push right now. Seeing that there's no Tempest, seeing that well, there's storms on the way, but there's no disruptors. She's got tons of liberators. I mean, 8 liberators right now, and producing 6 Vikings at a time now, and ghosts. I mean, this is looking better and better for Andro. Yeah, I know that her late game control is quite good as well.
She's getting the correct army, which is definitely good strategic play by Andromeda. But she should keep producing Vikings. Like, I don't know how many she has at the moment, 6. This is not enough against, like, what are we going to have in Tempest? Because she's producing 3 and he's going to make 3 more probably. And you really need a high Viking count against this.
Yeah, and the disruptors are on the way now as well. So, I mean, this is going to, I feel, come down to army control and positioning. Because you've got, what the Protoss is building towards here is a very difficult army to control, speaking of experience. When you've got Templar, no sentries, disappointingly, I would like to at least see a Guardian Shield there. Yeah, but you have the Blink Stalkers that need to be positioning themselves properly. You have the Zealots that are really difficult to control. You have to press A and click somewhere on the map for the Zealots. You've got the Tempest that need to be attacking specific targets, and then you have the Storms and the Disruptors separately needing to cast their spells, all without the hitting the Zealots. I mean, that's going to be a tall order for anybody. Yeah, it'd be nice to snipe a couple of these Colossi here.
The army's tough to control for the Terran as well, but the Protoss has sniped the 4th base of Andromeda, which is a massive deal.
I mean, that's the thing, though. The Terran army is always hard to control, right? I mean, Terran have to play basically, from what I hear from my Terran friends, 4 times better than the Protoss to win. So that, I mean, I figured that was just a given, Bond. What I mean is now the Protoss also has a difficult time controlling.
Oh, the Liberators are unseized. This is massive. But the Zealots are all going into its Zoic, so this is really good for Andromeda. This engagement went way better than I thought it was
that was really nice from Andro.
Yeah. now completely overstimmed bio, killing all of the Protoss nonetheless. This was an insanely good engagement for Andromeda. But if the Protoss manages to spend his bank, which is extremely massive, then Andromeda is just going to lose the army, in my opinion.
I find it kind of crazy that the Protoss decided to attack, you know, literally 10 or 20 seconds before their 2-2 upgrades finish, or their 3-3 is that? 3-3 finish. But this is a really hard situation because Andromeda has kept most of her gas-heavy units, and the Protoss is just reinforcing with gateways. But will it be enough?
Andromeda is gonna lose this small squad. One media gets out, so this is nice. But
with a ghost
now we still have the situation that the Protoss is economically incredibly far ahead.
Yeah, and she can just Beckhoff can just print zealots at this point. Copy and paste them, make as many as they want. Rapid fire warp-ins, 20 gateways, whatever it is. I mean, that's a lot of gateways. Carriers on the way even. This is a terrifying army to fight.
Carriers. They're so bad in my opinion against Terran, but I know
they're so tempting because they're so easy to A move, you know? I mean, I'm a simple man. If you give me a unit I can A move as a Protoss, I'm gonna be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to actually press buttons in this game to control my army.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Tempests are just gradually picking away at the supply depots. These bunkers are going to get, you know, actually filled up properly, and we'll see if this what is this, the 5th CC now, will actually end up landing anywhere. The Vikings are getting to attack Tempests, and there's so many things going on. The Bio need to be cutting the Zealots while the Liberators need to be sieging, and the Bio stimming underneath the Tempest, getting some nice pickoffs with that. That's really nice for Andro.
This was a really good trade for Andromeda as well, but she needs those good trades because the economy of the Protoss is so much better. Oh, she's gonna get all of these sellers. This is massive.
And there's no splash damage, right? I mean, there's no splash damage for Terran right now, or for Protoss right now. So just having stimmed Marine Marauder medevac is going to be really nice for her. She should be able to stem under this and even get some more damage done.
The Protoss still on a massive bank, but he just can't spend it, or at least it seems this way. But all of the bio is so extremely low from Andromeda.
Oh, you can see the control failing there a little bit, where the Vikings are attacking the interceptors, which is never what you want.
Yeah, I think Andro overextended there. Like, if she had such a good engagement after cleaning up the Protoss army, in front of her 4th base, if she had just sit back and maxed out, I think this would have been a completely different game. But now she lost her entire push, and they're both equal on army supply again.
Yeah, and it's tricky because the economy for the Protoss has been ticking away for so long. So Protoss can take many bad trades, but there's no splash damage. It's mostly Stalkers and Tempest, which do basically no damage, and the mines are going to hit these Stalkers. They blink away. Very nice control. And the Zealots are going into the extra base.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way Andro gets her economy off the ground at this point.
Yeah.
No matter how badly,
by the way.
No matter how badly the Protoss trades, this base is just not getting up yet.
Yeah. Yeah, she needs this 4th base, and she needs a 5th as well. This is looking very good for the Protoss now. Again.
I really hope that I don't have to play against the Protoss in this Fan War. My God.
Oh, you're gonna play Terran?
This is looking terrifying. Yeah, I don't think I can play. I don't think I'm allowed to play Protoss.
I'm allowed to play Protoss.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll play Protoss then. I'd rather play Protoss. I'd rather play the race I'm actually competent with. Yeah. But you never know.
Yeah,
and it's a GG. Yeah, it's a GG from Andro. It was looking pretty promising for a while, but again, this continual shutting down of that 5th base is what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, the engagement have been all low. Did you hey Dane?
What's that?
Did you change the screen?
Did I change the stream? Oh my God.
Yeah, you had it on the wrong screen.
Well, our play-by-play commentary I think was so good. That hello everyone. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the radio. Well, I think we gave a pretty good play-by-play of that entire game, so I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah, no.
And there's only a few
episode
people
of
watching.
this.
We need to shout this out. Hold on. I need to shout this out to people. Now that we've actually got it on the right screen. Okay. Okay, let's copy this in. Okay. We're gonna copy that. I'm gonna send this in some plan now on my stream. And we'll also put it on the SC2 promo.
Or can't just the end me in the game telling me to tell you to change the screen.
That must have been painful to watch.
First game. Nobody watches the first game anyway.
Yeah.
We good now.
We let you create the next game. Okay. Where's the stream? It's right here, guys. I just failed at putting it on the right screen. That whole time, it was on this screen. Oh, that's great. Oh wow. Oh wow, I'm sorry. Okay, let's join this game. And there we go. Okay.
Also, it might be a best of 9 actually. That would be cool. Is Andromeda gonna play again?
Or am I even playing? I don't even know if I'm playing. I mean, they've got some 4-7 guys, presumably.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got. Oh, I was gonna say they've got a Master 1 guy playing, but he's a fake Master 1.
He ain't a real Master 1. Yeah, I left my league. You know, honorable. Andromeda was low leagues go.
Okay, so who do we have playing now? I presume it's not Loblix versus Andro.
I would watch it.
I mean, I'd watch it, but it wouldn't really be a clan war between Drunken Outlaws and Orbital Colossus, would it? Holy shit! I look like an angel, dude. My webcam is just like this super bright light in the back.
Wow.
Which is fair, because I may or may not be an angel.
Yeah. Damn it.
My wife just gave me the look. She's like, "You're."
Or apparently it is gonna be the same match again. Maybe it's the same format as the Coprudal League, you know, with best of 2s.
That would be cool. I would love to see Andro, which I probably won't, but I would love to see Andro just 3 racks and kill this guy, because he doesn't scout for the 3 racks. He doesn't respect it. Just 3 racks.
Yeah, I would like it to. Andro does 3 racks from time to time. I know she 3-racks me a couple of times.
I'm gonna tell her. I told her to do it. That way, if she wins, I look like a genius.
But if she loses, you look like a blobfish. Do you know the blobfish?
The which?
The blobfish?
The blotfish.
Yeah. The blobfish is the most stupid looking fish. Probably the most stupid looking animal.
Oh. What does that have to do? Is that the name of the build?
Yeah, that's how you should call it. That's how I call all of the builds there.
I'm gonna call this the floppy fish. All right.
The floppy fish.
I'll take Andrew this time. All right.
All right.
All right. In the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire Ladder Edition, we have the Terran player from the Drunken Outlaws. It is Andromeda. Buttons. There, that's a good one. That's a good zoom. All right.
And on the bottom right-hand side, we have the
bottom right-hand side.
Top right-hand side, we have the player for the something Colossus. We have Becker. playing as Protoss. Obviously way worse than Andromeda, but, you know, playing the right race.
Playing the right race. You know how to you know how to make carriers a useful skill to have.
Exactly.
Shout out to anyone who gets that reference. All right, let's see what Andrew goes for. If she doesn't go for 3 racks, it's an instant throw. So she said she doesn't know how to do a 3 racks. I'm like, I don't believe you because you've 3 racks me before, you bitch.
Yeah,
There's no way. There's no way she doesn't know how to 3 racks.
Yeah, she knows.
Or at
she
least, yeah. But she's like, I never do it. I'm like, you build 3
you know
racks. How complicated can it be? I mean, I know Terran brains are small, but like, how can they not know what 3 racks is? That's the build is in the fucking name. How do you not know that?
Yeah, exactly. This is the worst map for 3x, by the way. I just want to say.
Yeah. You can just get it's not good. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This guy doesn't respect the 3 racks. Also, this probe is like is not worth his salt. Can we just acknowledge that? Because this probe doesn't high five in the middle of the map. Okay, doesn't attack. Doesn't even harass the SCV.
Yep.
This probe is named Peter, and he is a sad little boy.
Yeah, fuck Peter, man.
Fuck Peter. Peter is useless. Peter should go home and just work out the rest of his life. He got promoted to being a scout, and he absolutely blew it. He should just be at home getting minerals. He'd be lucky to mine 10.
Yeah. That time, by the way, he's going for the pile on the low ground, which allows him to get batteries against the 3 rigs.
It does, and it also allows him to get wall off versus Hellions. So it makes sense. I mean, I always build this pylon, so I'm not sure what is going on through Protoss's head that don't build that pylon there. They must just be insane people.
I also sometimes go for it on the high ground. Like, it depends I think if you go Stargate, it's completely fine to make it on the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, I will do it on the high ground if I want to be like really aggressive and build a battery in my mineral line.
Yeah.
But you could do that with your first pylon and just not wall if you don't care about the Reaper.
Yeah, but if I Reaper wall, then sometimes I don't want to put my tech on the pylon where I Reaper wall, because then it's super exposed. And I also don't want to have it in my natural. So sometimes I just put the pylon, you know, on the high ground somewhere.
Okay, so we have the same build coming out from Andromeda, another 2-on-1, and it looks like the same pretty much build coming from Bekoch. This Reaper wall is really nice. I don't think I've ever walled this well against Reapers on this map.
Is this an actual Reaper wall? I thought you couldn't wall on this map.
I guess you can.
It's a 4 building wall.
It's not a complete building. It's not a complete wall because like you can still get up on the bottom part. But I mean, if your stalker's down there anyway and you wall off the second gateway, it's pretty nice.
Now I feel like a couple of Terrans will know. Like I feel like a couple of Terrans they just think this is a wall and they go home again.
Yeah, exactly. They won't even bother.
Yeah.
Okay. So the adept gets into the main, sees everything, and now I can respect this play a lot more now. Now I can go, right, you actually know what you're playing against. This is a little bit more reasonable to take a third now. If you want to take a third. I mean, I still think it's safe to take the third here. He showed that it was safe. At no point in the last game was I scared. Maybe if Andro didn't drop at all and just went right for the throat with the disable, with the interference matrix on the Raven on the first Colossus and just killed him. Maybe. But yeah, not too big of a deal. The Reaper did get 1 kill, which I think was the probe in... it was PD the probe. And honestly, I'm not even sad that he's dead.
He deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved that death. And differently, this time we have a mine drop coming out from Andromeda, which isn't going to be scouted because it's a lot earlier, so the observer hasn't made its way to Andro's base yet. And I do want to point out something, and I know when you're commentating, you're not supposed to say too much, but Bekoch? Okay, now he's sending it out. He always keeps this observer with his stalkers. I guess he's scared of Banshees a little bit. I don't like that, though. I mean, that was one of the first things Zane said when he watched my stream. He's like, get that observer doing some work, you know? It's just like that probe being useless. You need to get it doing some work. Give it a job. All right, so the medevac's boosting in. Let's see how these do. Do we have... Where's the vision from Bekoch? He's not looking at it. So it looks like these mines are going to do massive damage. 2 kills on 1.
Not only getting 8 probes, but also surviving with everything. This is massive.
Yeah, one of those. In contrast to PD the probe, okay, one of these mines got 6 kills of probes.
Yeah.
We have another mine drop. It's was that scouted? I didn't even see. Was that scouted or not? Let's see what Beckhawk does. Is he going to send his stalkers? It looks like no, they're just going to sit again with that observer at their third base. But Beckhawk, let me tell you something about him right now. He's scared because he knows that those Widow Mine drops did damage, and he knows that if they come again, they're probably going to do more damage.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it would be really nice of him for him to now send the observer as with the stalkers to the spot where he thinks the medevac is, because then he could also send the stalker somewhere else to protect the network.
So let's see how Andrew does this. So she's got 2 medevacs with mines. They're both sieging up. The mines are going off. And it's massive damage again. Is she going to send in the other mine drop? No, she doesn't even need to. She saves all of them. She gets another 10 workers.
Yeah, and saves all of the mines and the medevac.
Okay, so I think based on my extensive knowledge of PvT at this juncture, I would say they're probably roughly even now.
And now she could go into the third base with the other medevac.
She could. It's exposed.
Yeah.
I think she wants to wait now. Now it's all about dominance, right?
Oh, and she does. Oh man, this is so.
Okay, now there's enough probes there. She thinks this kill is worth her time.
He rakes this time.
And then is she gonna go back into the other one? Does Beckhawk realize there are 2 drops here? Oh no! Oh no! It's terrible! Oh, so many! Oh, so much damage! Oh my god, it's so hard to watch. I can't look away.
The medevac survives again.
Oh, and it goes back in! It goes back in! There's more! There's more! Beckhawk just getting absolutely annihilated!
Oh, the poor guy, man.
Oh, 27 workers killed.
This poor little fellow.
Sweet baby Jesus, this has been an absolute massacre. And Andrew just goes in. She gets another one. How many is this one going to get? How many? Please, Jesus. Okay. Oh, nice blink. Nice blinks. All right. So we see Beckhawk does have a pulse. But these probes haven't been mining this entire time. They've just been sitting there. This is like what happens to me, and this is why I lose. It's not because of the probes I lose. It's because I have most of my probes just sitting there doing nothing. This is really hard to deal with.
I lost a game today to a turn where I didn't rake to a single mine drop, and then there was basically no chance anymore already.
I mean,
this guy didn't rake to 4 mine drops or something like this.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass from Andro on how to take advantage of Protos's sort of complacency. Really, I mean, I feel like Beckhawk was sort of like prepared for one timing a little bit, and then when the mines kept coming, he was off his rhythm. He didn't have the resources he was supposed to have because he was behind from the first mine drop, and it's just been a sort of snowball ever since then.
Yeah.
Andro has like twice. Well, at one point was twice the army supply. Has not only mules but also another 14 workers on top of what the Protoss has. So again, I would reiterate, I think they're roughly even at this point.
This is truly a rough game for the Protoss. If Beckhawk wins this, I'll officially elect him to the King of Protoss.
The King of Protoss. He's gonna have to challenge MC for it.
Yeah, alright. But if he wins this from this position, he'll beat MC.
That's fair. This is MC would never let himself get in a position like this, though, would he? Because he would be attacking from minute 1.
The game would have been over 5 minutes ago.
So I can tell that Becca is a little bit flustered here. You can see I recognize things that I do in my own play, right? The little things that you want to be doing. You want to be getting those gases at your third, right? You want to be getting those rocks down. You want to be sending that observer out. You want to be spotting. He's not doing those. To his credit, he is sending Marines out onto the map to scout, which is nice. He's not going to be completely unprepared. But this drop coming into the natural base from the Protoss is going undetected.
Yeah. Yeah, he also should send something to the Watchtowers.
So Andro is now doing what I love to see. The drop is going to come along at the same time as her army moving out onto the map. Andro smells blood and she's going for the kill. This is what we like to see. This 4th base is not long for this world. And
there's there's a very tiny chance that the Protoss can hold this.
So if I could see it going well for the Protoss, if Andro drops the medevac right now, it gets completely cleaned up for free, and her entire army does nothing while that happens. That would be good, which is exactly why you should be doing 2 things. Again, we need to see this 4th base get up for this Protoss. He's got all these probes. doing absolutely nothing but the siege up on the Liberators. Protoss isn't ready to fight Liberators right now, is it?
No.
It's on Stalker Colossus, not even a sentry. A single
Andromeda's maxed out, by the way.
A single cannon is nice. What's that?
Andromeda's maxed out with 140 supply Protoss. So this, oh my goodness, even dropping the main as well.
Oh, this is just beautiful, and she's going to get stormed. That's just, there's no two ways about it. She's going to get stormed. This army is going to get absolutely melted. The stim in, she knows what she's doing. She's going to go right for the Colossus. There's no way. The drop at the natural doing massive damage.
Oh la la.
Oh, it does get cleaned up in the main, but Protoss has got a massive Terran army sieged up at their third base. And they're only now cleaning up the extra drops in the main and the natural. So basically Andromeda traded those drops. They're dead now. She traded those drops for the position on this third, and this is a very difficult position, to say the least, for Protoss to engage into at the third base. There's more Liberators added every single second. Protoss is now on 2 bases. It's GG.
GG.
Well played.
So we are on a 1-1 now.
1-1? Not bad.
1-1 for us.
Not bad. What are we gonna do when I'm playing it? Are you playing as well, Bombs?
I'm playing as well.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you gotta stream it from your POV because I can't stream it.
Yeah. So, are you gonna comment? You can't comment, can you?
No, I can't.
You're just gonna have to leave the stream for both of those games.
That's
It'll be fine. It'll be this is
for my games as well.
Next player is Fears. Why can't these people have a normal fucking name? I'm sorry, dude. Pick a normal name.
Blanche.
Blanche. Is it Italian?
You're Canadian. You should know how to speak French. No, I thought it was French.
I play random overall 4K7. Okay, 4K7, all 3 races, I think.
Yeah, this is your guy, man. This your opponent, right?
I don't know. It's whoever wants him. To be honest, right now, I would rather play my Terran against a 4-2 guy.
Yeah, I can play him.
Yeah, I'd rather play. I don't really want to play the big boy game right now. I want to do it. I have like some weird Terran shit I want to do, but it's up to you, man.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna look the voice chat in for this.
Okay, cool. All right, good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna call you again when I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna win both games 2-0 easily.
All right, sounds good, man. Sounds good. I look forward to it. Show him who's boss. Okay, now it's just me, guys. You're all alone. It's just me. You can't escape. Did I have a follow? I need to connect this because I know somebody just followed, and whoever it was. Oh, Kadesh hosted. Thank you very much for the host, Kadesh. Appreciate it. This is the part where I do my streamer thing, and I say, if you have not already followed my channel, make sure that you follow the channel, because every follow that you give me is one step closer to saving esports from the brink of death. And maybe one day, Dane can be a full-time professional streamer with your support. Okay, Bombs is going to play on Zen. Adam, I just want to say, welcome. Welcome to the stream, Adam. I know that you don't know what's going on. I know that all you know how to do is make Marines. You're the viewer that I aim my commentary at. You are the level that I'm pitching my commentary at. If you know what a Marine is, if you know what a Zealot is, you know more than enough to commentate StarCraft. Okay, we've got a nice game here getting set up between. It's going to be a random player. I think, what's his name? Plaisier? Fierzos. I'm not even gonna. I don't even know what to say. I don't like these names. I don't like things that are different. I just want it to be, you know, plain English names. You know, just like this is America. You speak American. But I'll try and say his name. I think his name is Fierzos. I'm gonna say Fierzos because it sounds somewhat normal. And Bombs is gonna be our Protoss player. Bombs is around 4-6, 4-7 on a good day, and so this should be a pretty close game. Obviously, I would probably give the edge to the player who's playing random, who plays all 3 races at a slightly higher MMR than Bombs does. But you never know. Bombs is confident. He knows his matchups. He knows what to do. So we'll see how he handles it. Psychos, you could cast. Do you wanna give me a call? Are you in the game? You're not in the game. Maybe the next one? It's a bit tricky, isn't it? It's a little bit tricky. It's too late now. Okay, here we go. We're in the loading screen. We got Bombs Bomb playing Protoss on a map that is significantly worse for Protoss than other races. We'll have to see how he handles it. Okay, in the bottom left-hand corner of Zen Ladder Edition, we have the Zerg player, Fearzos. And in the top right-hand corner, we have the hero of the people. We have Bombs Bomb. Zoom, 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 goddammit. Okay, zoom back out. All right, we're ready now. Okay, so interestingly enough, on this new version of Zen, we do have this nice little pylon wall that Bombs, I think, knows about. I think this is going to be just about right, where you can put your gateway here that sends your adepts out this way, which is quite convenient, and you can use a two building block here as well, which is a really, really nice upgrade. But it's still a very difficult map for Protoss to play on for various reasons. It's still not an easy choke to defend. Your units get clumped up. It can be quite difficult, and defending your third base can be very difficult against Zerg as well. We see that Fearzos is being quite sneaky here. He's got a pool coming down fairly early, around the same timing as the gateway, which means it's roughly a 13 pool. I didn't actually check because I'm unprofessional, but Bombs does scout this. The hatch does go down, so it's not a complete all-in, but Bombs knows. And so he's very, very smart. He's going to put down a second gateway. He's going to put down a core. He's going to start a zealot, and he's going to hold this with absolutely no sweat. Right? Now, obviously, this isn't the most economic opening from the Zerg player, but he wants to sort of harass the Protoss and do some early game damage. This is forcing Protoss to not get their Nexus as soon as they would like, and it can throw a lot of Protoss off their game, so it can be a very, very strong build. So we'll have to see how Bombs decides to defend this. I suspect that the Zerglings will go around here because it's going to be quite difficult for them to get any surface area on the gateway here. They're probably going to be attacking the Cyber Core, and the Zealot is going to need to just sort of deke out, prevent the Zerglings from going in, and I hope that... Okay, so we see that Bombs has saved up 100 energy on his Nexus. He didn't Chrono Boost probes, as you might normally do, and he's going to be able to Chrono both of these Adepts out. This is a fantastic response to an early pool, because not only will these Adepts be able to defend against the Zerglings that are on the way, which, by the way, aren't being overcommitted to by Fearzos. I think he wanted to force an overreaction. Instead, he is going to be able to put pressure on the Zerg with these two Adepts. He's going to force him to make more units. So we'll have to see how the Zerg responds to this. So these Adepts should be killing these Lings. This actually looks like a sort of post-racial utopia here, where these Zerglings and the Adepts are running free, and it's brought to a swift end by Bombs attacking those Zerglings in cold blood and murdering them. So my hopes for a peaceful future have been dashed. But these Adepts could probably do some nice damage here if they are microed properly and actually attack the drones instead of attacking the Queen, but they are going to deke out. They forced at least an Extractor and a Spore Crawler, and they're going to attack here and get a few more kills. So it looks like Fearzos wasn't prepared for this response. He must not have people do this often to him. So these Adepts are doing a decent amount of damage, and I'd say overall, Bombs is getting his expansion down. The third is coming down from the Zerg at this point, but Bombs is ahead in workers, and he knows exactly what the Zerg is doing. And those Adepts definitely, I think I would say, you know, they got 4 kills. I would say that's a pretty a reasonable amount of value. These 4 Zerglings that he made to defend those, by the way, because he's already lost the other 2, they're not going to be able to do too much, right? We've got a Stalker out, we've got a Zealot at the wall in. They're not going to be able to go in and get any scouting done. Now Bombs is pretty comfortably getting his second base up, and probing at it at the same time that the Zerg is just getting his third base up. So overall, it's a fairly even game after that opening because of how far behind Bombs was at the beginning of the game, because he had to react to the 12 pool, and but I would say he equalized it for sure, which is exactly what you need to do. But he didn't overreact too much. He didn't do a one base all in. Unfortunately, Bombs is going for a Glaive Adept attack build with a Robo. And because this Stalker wasn't in position, and to be honest, even if he was, the Zerg scouts exactly what this is. He is going to pay for it, though. He is going to lose this Overlord, which means that he's paid the price to know sort of, you know, like he's going to know the Death Star plans, but he had to sacrifice a few Bothan lives, which is a pretty reasonable trade. If you know Bothans, they're not the nicest people. So yeah, my wife gave me a look, which I know only as the wow, that was a really racist comment look, but I know that it wasn't really racist because they're an imaginary race, and you can't be racist against imaginary races. Or so I read on Alex Jones's blog. Okay, so we see there's a nice little group of Zerglings outside of the Protoss' third. These are just going to be there to deny Protoss taking his third anytime soon. But I don't think Bombs wants to take a third anytime soon. He's making, how many gateways? 5 gateways. He's not getting his 2 gases at his nat, and he's going to move out with these Adepts and try and get some damage done. We've already seen from Fryzos, that he doesn't know really how to deal with Adepts super well. And I don't know maybe if that's a reactive play from Bombs, but he's also getting a Dark Shrine down. So not only will he have to deal with these Adepts warping in and shading in, we also, interestingly enough, don't see any kind of blockage here. This would have been really nice to see an Evolution Chamber there, but there's no block. There's pure Zerglings on the way to deal with this. They don't have any upgrades. The Queen already gets sniped, and Bombs is going to be warping in. It's very difficult to deal with this if all you've got is Zerglings, but we do see Banelings coming down. We'll have to see how Bombs splits versus this. The Adepts shade into the main. There's no mining happening for the Zerg, so the longer this goes on, if he's not able to prevent this, the Banelings are split off, and they're going for the Adepts in the main, but there's going to be a very long travel time for them, and there's a little bit of indecision. So what Fryzos needs is a nice juicy Baneling hit, but the Adepts are warping in. They're shading onto the ramp, and they're going to see these Banelings before they land, and they're canceled. Beautiful cancellation from Bombs. He knows that he doesn't want to lose them. Now the Adepts are going into the third base, and they're just slaughtering the drones. Meanwhile, these Adepts in the main are still attacking things. They're still in a wall. The Banelings are going to have to blow up on the ones in this wall, this anti-Sim City. All the Banelings are gone now. There's no units on the field other than these Zerglings, which do clean up, but now the Dark Templar come in. Fryzos warps in frantically. An Overseer, so that he can at least see the Dark Templar, but the damage is already done. He's kept most of his workers alive, but we don't have any Banelings on the field. We could just warp in Archons and they would be just fine. There's barely any mining happening. The longer this attack goes on, the more damage Bombs does. He hasn't transitioned to Roaches. There's more DTs. The DTs are about to snipe the third. The +1/+1 does finish for the Zergs. We might be able to just attack them with only Zerglings, but I feel the damage is done now. Protoss is on 3 bases versus only 2 of the Zerg. Not a situation you want to be in as a Zerg player. The Dark Templar don't even die. They're going to escape. Well, presumably they're going to escape. Looks like they're actually going to fight straight up, but they'll be picked up in the Warp Prism. Please don't make me eat my words, Bombs. And the Warp Prism is going to psych right out of there. So we have to see the shoe is now on the other foot. Zerg has to decide what they want to do. Do they do an all-in? No. The Zerg decides to get +2/+2, maybe hit a big timing, take a third base. It looks like Zerg wants to macro out of this, but Bombs' defense is rock solid. He's got Adepts. He's got Adepts with Glaives. How are you going to warp in Zerglings? He can just keep warping in Adepts all day long. The Zerglings do snipe the first group, but there's only so many Zerglings, and the economy for Bombs is absolutely massive. We see 4 Changelings walking in. Now, there's a really good hint that something is up, because Bombs is not making Zealots. He's making Adepts. He doesn't have charge. Not yet, anyway. So at some point, he should realize that something is off about these Changelings. But will he realize it in time? These Zerglings, these Dark Templars should be morphed into Archons at some point, but he's going to see how much longer he can deny this base for. Is he ever going to let this Zerg get this base up? I don't think he is. He's changed this into an Archon now. It's got 22 kills. These Dark Templar, 2 kills, 3 kills. The Banelings go in, they're going to try and get it, and Bombs is too good for that. He lifts them up. Bombs is playing out of his goddamn mind. Really proud of this young German man. He is absolutely showing us that he is capable of playing at the Masters 3 level in this game. There are now 2 Overseers in the same spot for Fryzos. He is definitely not going to have one of these die and have the Dark Templar attack his units anymore. He saves, once again, the super low health Archon. It looks like Zerg is forced now into double expanding, but look at Bombs' army is twice as large as the Zerg's army. Zerg is on maths 20 less workers, roughly, maybe 18 less workers, some kind of number. And don't ask me to do maths, but he's lower in workers, which is not what you want, because as we all know, Protoss units are overpowered and much better than Zerg units. So if you've got less units and you've got worse units, what have you got? You've got a whole lot of nothing. And it looks like Bombs is just going to go out. He knows that he can kill him right now. He's double expanding. He knows he doesn't have the units to deal with it. What has he got? 6 Hydras, a bunch of Banelings, a bunch of Lings. This is not the scary Ling Bane Hydra army that you want to have. Charges done for Bombs. He's got Adepts. He's got Archons. He's got all the units that he would need, except maybe a few Sentries. He's even got, what kind of attack does he have? No attack upgrades? He's got +1 attack. So the Zerg does have quite good upgrades compared to Bombs, but Bombs isn't only going to attack here. He's going to send these DTs in, which is probably just going, nope, they're gonna be ignored. They're not gonna get seen. So this 4th base is going to get denied, and the pressure is going to come down now. He's got a creep tumor right here, but if this creep goes down, it's going to be a much easier push for Bombs to do. And the DTs are now going into the main base, and they're going to snipe the Queen. They're going to prevent mining, and this now puts the Zerg on a timer. Can he fight both armies? It's difficult. I mean, he might just about be able to fight against this army, but not if he bleeds off Banelings like this. The splits are good, and everything from the Zerg just melts. He's got Archons, he's got Immortals, he's got Zealots. He can just warp in, and it's GG. It's GG. What a beautiful game from Bombs. He told me he was going to 2-0 him, and so far, he's living up to that promise. So even on a map that's a little bit favored for the Zerg in this situation, it looks like Bombs knows exactly what he's doing. He has a nice 5-gate Adept build into DTs, a little bit of Protoss for you there, but nothing that's too out of the ordinary. To be honest with you, if you're playing against a 5-gate Adept build, from the Protoss, you should expect that the DTs are coming, because why shouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you expect that? I think Zerg really needs to make roaches in that situation in order to not be behind. Andromeda and Loblix, thank you very much for the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. The more support I get, the more I can do. So I always appreciate that, guys. Okay, so it looks like we're going to go into our next game. We'll have to see. Oh no, we don't want that. We still want the game up. We'll have to see what's going to happen. There's nothing to talk about really, because we know that Protoss, that Bombs is going to play Protoss. We know that Phryzos is going to play random. So we don't even know the matchup. So far, we don't even know the map. So it could be any map, any matchup that involves a Protoss on one end of that matchup. And so the score is now 2-1, as Loblix is saying in chat here, for the Drunken Outlaws. All right, while we get this game, I'm going to put on some music, and we will be right back. I can't chat. That's a little tricky. Hey, what's up, dude?
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Let me get the music off here. We'll get back into the game here. Golden Wall. There we go. There we go.
I was thinking about if my mic actually is working or not. So I always have to check it twice.
It sounds pretty good to me, man. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Are you in the game?
No.
Okay, so how are you going to commentate? Because there's a 2-minute delay.
Oh, can you add me to the game?
They've just started. I thought they knew. I'm sorry, dude. We'll get you into the next one, okay? I'm sorry, dude. Otherwise, it'd be really weird. Okay, all right.
It's fine. I'll get back to. I'll just check in on Steam, and then I'll get back to you.
Sure. Okay, sounds good, man. Sorry about that.
Cheers.
All right, see you. Okay, back into it. So we were trying to get Psychos into this game, but unfortunately, he's not in the game. So we'll have to start just me again. We've got in the left-hand side of Golden Wall, we have the Protoss player from the Drunken Outlaws, the legend, the myth, the man. He is Bombsball. And in the right-hand side of Golden Wall, it is once again the Zerg player from Orbital Colossus. It is Fearzos. Doesn't look like Fearzos is going for a 12 pool again. This game looks like he's going to go for a nice early expand. Obviously, Bombs is going to be ready for this. He's going to be sort of aware of what's happening as soon as he sees this base go down. And I just realized, because Fearzos is playing random, I think he was hoping to get a little bit of a cheesy win there, because if Bombs were to have walled on the high ground, it would have been a little bit of a trickier game for him. But because Bombs walled on the low ground, he was able to take his expansion on time. So I'm playing random, not revealing race, and then also 12 pooling. This is only the most finest gentleman gamer I have ever seen in my life. But it looks like he's going to play a little bit more of a straight up game here. He's going to get down his hatch, his gases pool at a super regular time. Bombs sees this. He goes, okay, fine. We're going to play a normal game. I'll just get my expansion and my core. He's going to get his Nexus before his core. And everything is just going to sort of continue about as normally as it possibly could from this point. So what we should be seeing from Bombs is he's going to walk up this ramp. He's going to take this gas. He's going to saturate the gas. He's going to make a pylon. And then he's going to make one of three things. He's going to make a Twilight Council. He's going to make a Stargate. Or he's going to make a robotics facility if he really wants to get crazy. And that's really all that the Zerg needs to scout for in this situation this early on in the game. So the Overlord's coming, is going to pop in. Interestingly enough, I mean, we can speculate before we see any choices actually being made. This is quite a difficult map, I imagine. I haven't actually played against it yet, but it's quite a difficult map to defend against Swarm hosts on, because if Protoss doesn't mine these minerals out, which he should, but if he doesn't, then your Swarm host is going to be able to, you could knight a Swarm down here and send Swarm hosts in here, and then it will be up to Bombs to then find a way to attack those and defend those. There's not really going to be a way for him to deny those out, because you can't just send your army out there. And you could also send a Nidus Swarm here. So I think a Nidus Swarm host build is possible on this map, especially because I think Orbital Colossus picked this map. But we don't see an early layer yet. We should be seeing a third base come down from Fearzos fairly soon. And we see that Bombs is just like an absolute Chad, dropping down a Twilight Council right underneath the Overlord. This is a move that not only asserts dominance, but is also just, in general, a strong build to show just a strong build in PvZ. So what I think he's going to do is he's got this Robo, and this tells me that it's probably going to be a Dark Templar drop. So the first 100 gas you get the Twilight Council, next 100 gas you get the Robo, and his next 150 gas should be a Dark Shrine somewhere on the map. Now, Fearzos does have all of the information he needs at this point to know that this is going to happen if he has scouted this Robo, which it looks like he has. So if when he darted in here, if he saw this Robo, this is by far the most likely thing. I do like that since Zerg mined this out, I guess Zerg wants to take this. Oh, he wants to take this golden third here, which I don't know if Bombs knows about at this point. But he's going to know that he's taking one of these bases anyway. The Adept has escaped with his life down to this lower bit. So I think Bombs is misreading this a little bit. He thinks that there's going to be some aggression coming in from here, but I mean, it's not like the Zerg can just mine this out for him, right? I mean, if he just puts an Adept right here, he's not going to mine this out. This is really up to Protoss whether or not they want this to be mined out. And you know, Bombs is looking at this, and he's gonna put his Adepts right here. And there are a large amount of Zerglings, but this is offset by the fact that Zerg's mineral income is going to skyrocket, taking this golden base here. So Bombs, unfortunately, misreading this one a little bit. He doesn't see the third base. He scouted here, he didn't see a third base. He's seen these minerals, and he's seen a lot of lings. So naturally he thinks, okay, he's going to be aggressive. Maybe there's some stupid build where you go underneath here and you mine it out. But he's not going to let that happen. And he does have a DT drop on the way, as predicted, and he should be taking his own third base fairly soon after this. Does he now spot this? He still does not spot this golden base, which is scary because now we've got the macro hatch coming down from the Zerg, which means he can pump out a lot of lings. He does have everything he needs to fight the lings because he's got Twilight Council, which is what you want. He's got a Dark Templar. He's got a Templar Archives, which means that he can warp in Archons, which are very, very strong against Zerglings. And Phryzos is going to defend this, but Bombs doesn't know about it. So what is going to happen here is Bombs is going to go into this base, expecting it to be the one that was taken, with his DTs. There's going to be nothing there. And then by the time he gets here, there's going to be spores, there's going to be spines. He's going to do basically no damage here, which is, a sad face for Bombs, but we'll have to see how he reacts to the situation. He is going to drop at the natural, and if he snipes this Spore Crawler with a layer only now morphing, he could do a decent amount of damage, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. So Bombs is reading this really well. He's going, right, he doesn't have a third base there. If he sees this macro hatch, he could probably conclude what it actually is. He's still gonna get this base. He's definitely gonna get this base, and he's gonna lift up. And now, if he gets the chance, he can snipe the other Spore Crawler. So he knows that he's gone with spores for his detection, but now that window for damage has closed. And to be honest, he's got another base here already. So it's not like he's lost all that income, and plus he's got this rich gas geyser here. Bombs finally sees the third base. He finally realizes what's happening. He's going to once again try and snipe this base, but there's 2 spines and a spore. I mean, it's not like you can just attack this base completely undefended. And the layer's done now, so at some point, an Overseer is going to fly over here. And as soon as this Overseer gets here, the fun and games are absolutely over. And Zerg is interestingly going for a Spire in this situation. So in this scenario as Protoss, you might be thinking to yourself, I need to be safe against roaches, because what if he makes a whole bunch of roaches? So then you make Immortals, you make Sentries, you make Zealots. I mean, he's making Immortals, he's making Zealots. He's getting his +1. He's got 2 Archons, which is nice. They do shoot up, but he doesn't have anything to deal with Mutas. And this is a very difficult map to defend against Mutas. And he doesn't scout it. He doesn't know. So we'll have to see what he does. So he's still harassing, which is really nice. He's still sort of trying to make him see, but all he's seen are Lings and Banes. So the Immortals here are not going to be doing too much. I think you kind of have to make them just in case, because it'd be nicer to have them and not need them. But what he really needs to do here is either pop down 2 Stargates or start researching Blink. But you can tell, because Bombs is not researching Blink, he's not getting cannons in his bases. He's not thinking about Mutalisks on any level. In no part of Bombs' head is he thinking there's going to be Mutalisks coming right now. And this is exactly what the Zerg is hoping for. So we see now that the Mutas come out, they get the double Archons, and now we're going to see how Bombs reacts to this. Does he put down a reactive Stargate? Does he just push with a bunch of Archons? What does he do to deal with this? Bombs does have a decent amount of army supply, but the Archons are getting caught out. You can't lose both of these Archons for free. You just can't. He needs to push, and he needs to push now. So I think he realizes that this base is not long for this world, but you don't want to be chasing Mutalisks around. You don't want to be chasing them around the map. Even though, I mean, Zerg has gone now up to 69 workers. Nice. He's also got 4 bases. Nice. So Bombs has to end the game, and he has to end it now. He's going to pick off a free queen. He's going to not research Blink. He's going to wait for this +1 to finish, and he's going to hope to high heaven that this Zerg does not counterattack him and defend him at the same time. So he's going to be warping in probably mostly Archons, if he can, if he's got the gas for it. He's making another DT. These will probably become Archons fairly quickly, and he is going to be able to do some damage at this base. It is going to be difficult for the Zerg to engage in this, mainly because there is a Sentry, there are Archons, and all he's got are Lings and Banelings and Mutas. But at some point, the Zerg army is going to become so much bigger that he is going to be able. If he doesn't win this fight, this could be really, really good for Bombs. And it looks like Bombs is going to just get the fight that he wanted. This is the absolute best case scenario for Bombs, but it doesn't matter because the Muta's magic box over his army, and they absolutely clean everything up. So now all that's left is a bunch of really quite sad Immortals and Adepts that absolutely can't shoot up. They're like the Marines on the beaches of France that are being bombed on, and they just don't have anything to do about it. They can't defend themselves. They have to just sort of hope that they don't get picked. But the Adepts are warping in. They are going into the natural, and they're picking off some drones. He gets a few kills, but nowhere, you know, he gets actually up to 25 worker kills this game, but his army gets cleaned up. And now, what's the situation now? Now that it's all over, you've got the Walk of Shame back to your base with your one Immortal. Now that the climactic act is over, what do? You walk back with your single sad Immortal. You give him a shower, and you take stock of the situation. What do you have? You have 2 Archons, 3 Zealots, and an Immortal versus the entire swarm of Zerg. The Banelings are morphing in. The Mutas are going in with no support. They see, right, he's only got 2 Archons. I can magic box those. What are you going to do about it? And they absolutely clean it up. Now all that's left is, again, a few sad, sad little men with no anti-air, and the base gets cleaned up. And with it, Bombs' last hopes in this game. Even the Banelings going in, killing the Stalker, and now he's got 4 Stalkers left, and some DTs. There's going to be an Overseer joining this shortly, we presume, because the only thing Bombs has left in this game are 2 ninjas that are invisible, but he has no way to shoot up. He has no way to deal with his Mutalisks. There's no Blink on the way. There's no +2 on the way. There's no extra sneaky third on the way. There's just waiting to die. The inevitable march of death as the seconds tick away. Bombs defies death. He stares him in the face and he says, "Not today. I will fight to my last breath. You son of a bitch." And we applaud Bombs for it, but in this situation, it's almost bad manners. Zerg is on 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. Yes, the DTs are in the base. Yes, they're going to get a kill. But that's all you've got. That's all you've got. Now the Mutas are in the base. Now they're killing all the pylons. He's huddling for warmth, right? He's huddling in the attic with his family as the Nazis are knocking on the door, and they're going, "Nobody's home!" And finally he GG's. All right, so obviously a pretty nice game. Pretty nice game from the Zerg player there, from Fearzos, exploiting the fact that Bombs was expecting him to be aggressive. And Bombs just misread the situation. That's all it is. He just thought he was going to be busted on 2 bases from the Zerg, when in fact the Zerg had gone for a really greedy 3rd base, and Bombs wasn't in a position to say anything about it. And while he was dealing with that, while he was thinking to himself, how do I deal with this? What do I do against this, this gold base? How do I shut this down? That's when the Zerg player takes advantage of that chaos, makes a bunch of Mutalisks, goes into his base, and absolutely annihilates him. So well played for the Zerg. There are rare edge cases where Mutalisk can be a very, very powerful tool in that matchup, and that was a perfect example of how to use Mutalisks reactively, potentially reactively. It might have been a plan all along. Fearzos is a dynamic player. Who knows? But I suspect that might have been a reactive Muta switch, because if Bombs had opened Stargate, I don't think you go Mutas in that situation. I think it's more of a situation of I'm gonna make Lingbane to defend, and we'll see what he does. If he does an Immortal base push, if he does an Archon drop, I'm gonna go Mutas, I'm gonna shut it down, and then I'm gonna absolutely end this man's career. And that's what he did. And so Bombs' career is over before it even began. Who wants to? So Bombs does finish 1-1 in that series, by the way, which is not a bad showing for someone who I thought was honestly favored against him. Countess is going to take on a 4.7k Zerg. So for a little bit of context for this, Countess's PvZ has a storied history to it. Countess firmly believes that Zerg is an overpowered race. She believes that Zerg players are fundamentally worse people than Protoss or Terran players. And lately, she's been working on her PvZ. She's been grinding. I've been coaching her. She's been hitting the punching bags every single day. And by hitting the punching bags, I mean she's been hitting the ladder and getting punched in the face. But in a way, that is a very brave thing to do. And so she's been doing that for a while. And now she feels ready. So this is a big step for her. Someone's offered her, do you want to play a 4-7K Zerg? She says yes. And I am just so proud of her. I'm so proud of her for taking that on. What's next? Okay, I'm gonna call you want in. Okay, I'm gonna tell them to wait. You want in to cast? No. Let's count this. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have Black Psychos, aka Killer B. Black Psychos, introduce yourself. How you doing, mate?
Not bad. Considering that I'm casting over a few hours lately, the Passioncraft.
Oh, you've been casting for a few hours now?
Yeah, the Passioncraft series. That was the last qualifier today, the fourth one, the series, and I got a permission to cast also the group stage that's starting next week. So for everyone that's involved or not, because I saw a few of the teammates actually getting involved, as Baums and Wolfsha, and I think into qualifiers, but I don't know the exact results. So yeah, wait a second. I'll just open the Starcraft.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna see if we can get. Can we have 3 people in the same call?
Why we shouldn't?
Because Bombs is gonna join as well. Can we add Bombs to this call? Invite.
Is it a question for me if I want him, or is it possible by the system?
Is it possible by the system?
I have no freaking idea.
Okay, let's join. Let's go into B mode on the Drunken Outlaws Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's.
Okay, so we're gonna sort that out, and we're gonna invite him into game.
Sure.
Okay. So do you have me as a friend? Because I don't see you as a friend actually.
I added your alt account.
Okay, you need to add my main account. So that's Red Dane number 1931. You can see that. Red Dane number 1931.
Hello.
Hello, Bombs.
Yo.
Not quite too. Not quite.
Oh, Mudkips. Troll Mudkips. Thanks for following, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the stream. Got a real high-level Clanwar here coming at you. I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're just trying to set up here. We're gonna have 3 people casting. Unprecedented. I've never had this many people on my stream before because, frankly, I don't have that many friends.
That joke was a little bit under the line, but okay.
Under the line? What does it mean for a joke to be under the line?
It's like as like a punchline, you know. There's a punchline, and it was like the punch a little bit under it.
Oh, okay. So you just saying it's a shit joke? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't.
That's
say
why
it's a shit
Bomb,
joke.
Psychos. That's why I don't have many friends, mate. I mean, you answered your own question. All right.
No.
Okay, I still don't have you. What's your battle tag, Psychos?
1 moment. 2449.
Okay, so is it Killer B?
Yeah, is it Killer B hashtag 2449? I said it.
2449.
Yeah.
Okay, 2449.
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, it's the with R was the little one. That's why I put it with the big. Sorry, that's my I made a mistake.
No problem. No problem. Okay, so you're in the game now. Is everyone ready? Bombs, you're ready?
Yep.
Okay, we should be starting. All right, I'm gonna have you guys cast most of this one. I'm just gonna jump in with a random snarky comment from time to time. You guys are all over it. I've been talking for a while now. My voice is going.
Yeah, tell me that. But I'm just thinking, why there's so many observers? Actually, the Orbital Colossi have a separate stream for it, or?
I don't know. I mean, I think the safe bet is probably that they're dirty cheaters and they're feeding information to their players. That's what I think.
Did you put a delay?
Yeah, I've got a 2-minute delay.
Okay, then it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, except that they communicate each other while in the game. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
I hope not. Really hope not. So let's start with the top position. Map will be Nightshade, as I'm correct. Exactly. Pink Protoss, Drunken Outlaws Countess. His opponent, Orbital Colossi actually. The orange Zerg, Biggie Sama. It's like reminds me some Japanese stuff actually.
Oh, I fucking finally figured out what buttons to press. Oh my god.
For what? For the close up and
for the close up. I was doing it one step at a time before. I was zooming in like one inch at a time by tapping the button, so it was like a PowerPoint presentation.
There's a lag on the stream, so the people who don't cast should get out.
Yeah. So non-casters out? Question mark?
I checked my FPS. I have 24 ping right now.
Chill, get out. Haha, references. Okay, I've got 16 milliseconds, so I think it's probably not me.
I'll be still checking on my all the time if there are latency jumps. If yes, then I'll leave as well.
Okay, so it looks like we've got a little bit of lag, but it's all sorted now. So
I was really wondering if there's so many people there will be any input lag issue.
Okay, I guess I'll just move the camera while you guys talk for the most part. I'll be okay.
I'm talking. Bounce didn't say a word from the beginning, so I don't know if he's actually here.
No, I'm here. I'm just letting you guys talk, because when you're 3 people, I thought.
No, Bombs. That's what I said. I said that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, all right. Then shut up then.
I'm totally fine, Bombs. I wanted to ask actually because I saw the first game of yours, and I actually didn't have the opportunity to ask for the second one, how it went and what happened actually.
Yeah, the first game I think I got a bit lucky there, but I won it. And in the second game, I was super afraid in the early game that he was gonna chase me because I saw him starting his link speed very early, and I saw him mining out his minerals, and I saw him sending 2 drones to my side of the map.
Oh, all right, now I get it. So in the end, he built it. What kind of tech he went in?
And he didn't really chase me, and then I went for a DT drop and just did 5 damage. I sniped his natural. Which is, it's not a massive deal, but it's cool.
Okay.
And the thing was that he then went mutas, and usually mutas aren't the problem against CT drop, but he killed both of my Archons in the war prison.
Oh.
And I feel like if you lose those, you can't really win the game anymore.
All right.
But at least it's super tough. And then from there
I did like that you decided to just attack, and then you did force a fight. And I think if that fight had happened, and you had the 2 Archons, you probably win.
Yeah, I would have won easily. But I lost it, and I even scouted a Spire. I saw it in the replay, but I didn't actually see it. Like I scouted it with a hallucination.
Were you
didn't
thinking
actually check his side of the map?
When you only saw like early on when he took the gold third, and you saw the Lings chasing your Adept down, and that he had mined out? Did you think he was gonna like attack you from the bottom side?
Yeah, exactly. From my
you don't have to worry about that though, right? Because he's not gonna mine those minerals out.
I mean, he can. He did send drones there.
He didn't send drones to yours.
No, he did.
He did? I never saw that.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Maybe I killed them with my Adept, but he did.
Okay, all right, okay.
I was especially asking that question because again we have a PVZ, and I was wondering what kind of strat counters will go, And what I see is Oracle with. I'm wondering what's going to be the follow up after this, because right now is Sama. Okay, Sama actually scouted it out, and I have no idea what the hell is going on. He didn't place a single spore yet. He have only 3 queens, and I'm just wondering what's going on right now. Like why? Okay, Countess is following up actually with a Phoenix. So I'm really curious what's going to happen afterwards. Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be 10?
Yeah. I can give you a little spoiler here. We're going to see some more air units.
Yeah, but the thing is, just because you see that both guys is in the natural, just because of it, and there's no third attempt yet, or
no, because I know what Countess does. I know what Countess's PVZ is because I've worked on it with her a lot.
All right. Okay, and I see a second starport.
It's gonna be 2 Stargate Phoenix into Mass Carrier with a bunch of cannons at the 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's what Countess says.
Countess usually play that. All right, okay. Because I casted today, most likely 3 games, 3 series with like best of 3 twice and best of 5, and most of the games were PvZ, and I saw so many strats that I actually like looking right now what the hell is going on, and I see 2 Stargates again, but not into carriers. I had mass phoenixes twice, like with upgrades and like amount of 15 or almost 20, you know. So
there's a lot of ways you can play the Mass Phoenix. Like, it's actually a really flexible playstyle because you can use it to make a reasonable amount and then go into carriers. You can just keep making Phoenix for a while, I guess, and just kill all the overlords and then sack them for drones. Or you can actually go into DT from them and then just take like a really fast 4th base, because then it's like hard for Zerg to attack you because they have no overseers.
Yeah. I got the point of it. All right. That makes a little bit more things clear. But I don't see Terrans today. I totally played myself 2 games, and I'm lacking on Terran gameplay.
Yeah.
What the good part is, after yesterday's Clanwar, I was wondering myself why my quality of videos, especially when I have actually a good connection and I can stream if that 1080 with 60 FPSs, why my quality is so shit
on YouTube.
Maybe not shit, yeah. And I was like wondering, and I was sitting basically till 5 o'clock in the morning. But believe it or not, I found it.
What was
found it.
What was wrong?
The thing is that in the first place, I didn't. There is an option when you render the videos to YouTube by the video program. I'm using VideoPad.
Right.
If someone is noticing or this program or not, doesn't matter much. But the thing is that there's an option that you can actually render it in constant 60. First thing.
You cut out there.
That you can, I didn't press that, and I made like the same movie in separate FPSs possibilities with 30 constant and max 60. Plus, I made in several qualities with like from 4K, 2K, 180, you know, and it didn't matter much because of the inputs and stuff of the Twitch and YouTube. Because we don't have that much connection, and people we probably will not have the quality gear to actually do it. But in the meantime, we have a huge Zergling run by to the third, sniping 5 of those pros, and there's more and more of Zerg storming by the map. I don't know if they probably catched it already. There's 1 shield battery and only 1 pylon to support it. Where are the units from? Counts? What is it? 2 Void Rays, 6. 2 Void Rays and 6. Phoenixes. I'm not sure is it gonna be enough.
I mean, so. I don't know. There's a pretty big problem with the Zerg army though, that nothing shoots up. So it basically is on the timer of how much damage it can do before all the air units kill it.
Yeah, and Countess did such a good job in killing Overlords that Big Sam is floating a ton of minerals. And he could have had like, I don't know, 30, 40 supply roaches now with these minerals. And this would have been a super strong push. But now he's not got a very stable push.
Yeah, these Void Rays. These Void Rays are just This is the only time Void Rays are ever useful in this matchup. This exact situation. I don't know where the Phoenix are. Where are the Phoenix? They could just be dumpstering.
No. They go kill the roaches. I mean, they could lift the drones and shit, but you know.
They have full of energy, so.
Countess is just bringing them home to deal with the roaches, which is probably not ideal, but fine too.
Yeah, but the second wave of Lings actually looks like it could be scary. But yeah, a bunch of Adepts warp in. Pylon comes down. I mean, this is not looking like... There. Yeah, this is doing more damage than it should do. Way more damage than it should do. Yeah, Countess not really reacting. A little worried about
She needs to bring the probe... okay, GG.
Yeah,
oh
GG.
Man, come on, are you serious?
Yeah, so basically Countess handled that well at the very first attack, but the follow-up attack, she didn't have a wall. Her wall got broken. And
she lost the battery pylon at the third base, which is also pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't GG at that point, to be honest. But still have a few carriers. You could just, if Countess pushed right then, what does Zerg have to deal with the carriers?
Queens.
She had like 4 or 5 carriers.
Yeah, but the Queens, bro. I think if Countess had 29 workers at the time she GG'd, and she would have lost the third base, she probably would have lost more in the natural and in the main.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was.
I think the main issue, the main issue, was that she chose to go for batteries instead of cannons. I think you actually, against a roach push, you don't need batteries. Batteries don't do anything to keep your air units alive. Your air units aren't gonna die. What you need is a forge earlier, and you need cannons, and the cannons need to be making up that DPS, right?
Yep.
That was actually a pretty strange game.
It was a strange game. I've never seen that particular counter, but normally, again, you should make a lot more cannons than that. I think that was really
I agree.
the only issue.
Because
you don't have
I don't know,
a ground army.
The Phoenixes, we were lacking on those Phoenixes. I don't know where they were and what they were doing at the time, but yeah, they were just flying around cleaning the overlords probably in the main or natural.
Yeah, they were in Continental, the Phoenix.
Mm. Can you add me to the games, guys, or is it not done yet?
Games aren't open yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, then we wait. Is it who's next, or is it the last pair of players?
I think Countess plays again.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And then?
And then it'll be me, I think.
And then we'll see. We can only guess.
I don't know. I might play. I'm not too sure. If I play, then I don't know how we're gonna cast it.
It's fine.
Maybe
we can switch to my play. I can open mine then. It's fine.
Yeah. We could switch to your stream. That would be better because I don't really want to stream my gameplay live. You know. I mean, it's fine. It's fine, but then we won't have good casting.
It's not even about the casting, you know. It's just about for you focusing on.
Oh! Why are these people? No. Why are they doing this?
What's going on?
They started before I was ready.
Jesus.
Hang on. They're starting the game without asking the casters if they're ready.
Jeez.
And it was low Blix's counters too.
What's wrong with them? And why there's so many people? Why they just not just one caster? Like, fuck's sake! Oh my god, they're crazy, man. It's like WCS and stuff. It's like full of casters. There's no place for more of them. And what's funny, I asked the ESL actually if I can cast the weekly cup, the ESL cup on the weekends as well, that are happening. And I was so unlucky because they agreed, but there is so many casters actually doing that. There's no place in the lobby for more.
Oh lol! That's actually
yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
That's actually crazy.
Because there's the only like a weekly event from like a pro stuff, you know, that's happening right now on each server, like European, NA, and Asia.
Yeah.
Like Korean, sorry, not Asia. That it's actually so overwhelmed. Like everybody wants to cast it.
Yeah, and because it's like, you know, they also let almost everybody cast it, right? Because most online events are exclusive for someone.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. So map average dream spawning on the top side. It is the pink Protoss Countess. And his opponent, the Biggie Sama. Oh my god. Why, when I'm thinking about Biggie Sama, I see a big fat sumo player.
Biggie Sama.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like totally. Like, yeah, I got you, right?
Biggie Sama is here.
Yeah. So that's my my feeling about this. And yeah, I was talking about those videos early, and I went on YouTube because on YouTube you can find everything, and I found a guide that made actually guide every year to how to set your graphics card for a better performance and an FPS actually per graphic card, which one you use. And believe me or not, right now my the games, the votes that I'm doing look like a killer, man. Seriously, like I had a PC for 10,000. You understand?
Nice.
It's like
Nice.
it's such a difference, and I just noticed it just now. So I'm extremely happy to see it. Use anyway. If eventually I will stream today, probably more. Even maybe the cast the with my stream, you will see yourself what kind of a difference is it. It's you know, it's the same PC, same stuff, exactly everything, just few settings were changed. You know how big of improvement you can do just by making a few settings off, you know.
Hang on, B. Hang on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are we gonna see? This is like the fastest third base you can get versus Protoss, right?
147.
That's a super fast third.
It's like a Terran TVZ fast. Yeah.
I mean, even in TVC, even in ZVT, you get queens, right? I might just be ignorant here. Maybe you do. Maybe you normally just get this early.
You can do that strat without a gas, actually. You know, like you don't build a gas, you build a pool, and then Zerg goes into free hatcheries this time without a gas. But right now, I'm a bit confused, to be honest.
I have a prediction about this game. I think Countess is going to do the Adept Carrier push from GSL Super Tournament. I know she's been trying that lately.
Is it? I know that today was a GSL tournament in the morning. I didn't watch it actually myself. And there was a strat like this that someone built Carrier Adept, or was it played before?
I didn't actually see it, but it was
No, it was SOS with his rogue, and it was played before. It's already a couple of weeks ago, so Countess had time to practice a bit.
And Countess actually had time even to scout the third, so she knows. So that's really good. That's really most important.
But like, I don't know. I wouldn't like this. Seeing this third, I wouldn't even think about it much because like, what are you going to change in your own build?
There's nothing. There's nothing. It's just a slight. It's just a slightly greedy third. This adept might. I mean, you might be able to get some damage done with the third because they skipped lings. Like, there's no lings out, right?
Yeah.
So I would love to see him. I'd love to see Countess sacrifice the adept and just get drone kills. Like, there's no reason the adept couldn't be at this third. This is, a little disappointing. You need to be at this third. You need to be killing probes here. Drones.
It looks like the third, and now I reminded myself that this third looks like Bounce had a good point that you cannot basically do nothing about this third in this position. So lately you can see also a lot of Terran players building the third before the starport in their main, and basically none of this stuff can be like controlled.
There's not much you can do about it except fly in with a goddamn oracle and kill all the drones there. That'll do it.
Yeah, that's just good.
That's what she needed. And this is, that's what you need to do to keep yourself in a game where the Zerg plays greedy. You just need to keep on
no real damage, by the way, on the oracle too, which is really nice.
Really nice. Oh, there's gotta be some. There's a little bit of pink missing there.
I said almost no real damage.
Almost no. Okay, I misheard you. I misheard you. All right. I misheard you. I thought you said no damage, which is nice. Really nice.
So for
literally 0 damage.
Oh, so the layer coming down now. Evo chamber with a fast +1 and a baneling nest. I just want to see Countess see all this and not lose this oracle.
Yeah, she sees this layer, so that's really good.
Yep.
She sees one gas in the main base as well.
Oh.
Jesus, 5 HP, man.
So about as much HP as she took originally. I mean, that's just a very, very, to be honest, like a nice oracle, because she got as much scouting as she possibly could, and then still kept it alive, which is really nice.
Plus 6 drone kills.
She should go after seeing the lair. She should go to the third base and check the gases.
She sure should. However, instead of going for the adept carrier push, which I predicted, Countess is instead opting to go for a third herself and to go for an Archon drop. This time with High Templar.
Yeah, that's what Countess does as well.
Is it the Archon drop? I understand is a typical standard build against a Zerg to just harass, get as much as he can, right? And
yeah, no, Archon drop is really nice on big maps. It's only really weak if you get killed while you're doing it. But this is a big enough map. Countess is probably going to be able to do a decent amount of damage with this. It's a really nice way to keep things even and keep the Zerg making units. It kind of forces roaches out from the Zerg as well, because you don't want to defend it with just lings and queens. You really need some roaches, and Biggie knows that. He's made a decent amount of roaches. Having the observer with it as well is really nice, because you can deny creep tumors, and that's really the main point of this. You're not normally going to get drones with this. You're usually going to get a few lings, maybe a queen, and then a bunch of creep tumors. That's really what you need to be doing here, so that your follow-up push later in the game will do a little bit more damage.
Guys, we're going all in, as I said. We're getting bow, we're getting roach speed, and we're only making roaches.
This is, I know Countess really hates this. Really hates this.
I feel like this
is... see how she deals with it.
This is really easy to hold with the openness, that kind of stuff. You open a couple of sentries, you get the immortals, you bring back the archons, and you force it well, and then you hold it.
But look at this rally on the robo bombs.
Yeah. This doesn't help.
No, we
Don't get me
don't
wrong,
want
guys.
that. That ain't it, Chief. Although there is a good thing here, which is that since the Stalker is blocking the Immortals, they're not going to be able to suicide themselves. It's like the Stalker is like your friend at the bar that stops you from fighting against the like guy who's 100 pounds bigger than you. He's like, no, dude. The Immortals are like, look, he's holding me back.
Kind of sees the move out with the prisoners. You should put an observer on the units. Oh,
no.
please keep it alive. Oh,
the Immortals are they're all in her
yeah,
main.
this is massive.
Oh, okay. She has it.
Yeah,
All
just in time. 3 battles is really good, 6 centuries is really good, 3 models really good, but the micro needs to be on point now. And oh, she lost her Archon. This is already massive. It's such a big deal. No Banelings is also a really big deal.
Okay,
good
but really nice force fields. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, really good force fields. But only half the army is fighting. Yeah, okay, go back to the center. Go back to the battles. But the army is in such a bad position now.
Yeah, but a lot of batteries.
Oh no!
A lot of
Oh
Immortals.
no! Yeah, the charge are all in. But this is such.
Such a close one.
Oh no! The pickup with the
Yeah.
with the prism, and then the biles hit them and killed them. Oh no!
Yeah, Countess definitely had the right units to hold it. Just the micro wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like the positioning on the units is really not good enough.
Yeah.
With the purple, maybe with the purple. Hello. Don't pull him back. Don't pull him.
It's
Please.
possible.
No.
It's possible.
Oh.
I think it's help. For this first wave. This first wave is help.
Yeah, this first wave is help. But
the
there are no
units are
models
just
anymore. There are no Archons anymore. Like this is. I don't want to say impossible, but it's impossible.
Yeah. This is tough. This is tough.
Oh, one more pops.
Okay,
Good,
so now it's just mostly Zerglings.
Oh, Reckless
This
Energy
is
again.
looking
Good
pretty
focus
good.
fire with the. Is it?
This is looking good. I mean,
But if the Zerg decides to make Banelings, then it's looking really bad.
yeah. So Countess needs to be making High Templar, morphing them into Archons, getting Storm. I mean,
Yeah, she's gonna get 2 Archons.
She
Yeah,
didn't take
yeah.
a ton of damage. I mean, I
Yeah,
would
this
love
was-
to see a stasis trap with.
This is way better than what I thought. No drones on the 4th base, by the way, yet for the Zerg, so that's really good. She needs to keep the Zealots alive against the Banelings. Don't just aim with them, please. Yeah. This,
I know, but look at how much
But it's good
Protoss there
enough.
is. Look at how much
Yeah.
Protoss there is. It's a hold.
Yeah, this is really nice. Yeah, it's definitely a hold. This was actually way better for Countess than I expected it to be.
Yeah. The Warpins and the Ravagers show that they look scary, but actually, once it's just Ravagers, I ain't afraid of no Ravagers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Banelings are a bit late, I think, for the Zerg, but yeah, in the end, Countess holds. There's no 4th base yet for Countess, so this is a massive deal too. Like the game, the thing is hold, but you know the game is still, I would say at least even maybe slightly better for the Zerg.
I think Countess. I was gonna say Countess should be thinking about pushing, but actually the Zerg is just making units.
Yeah,
So
and
once she has no attack upgrades, but the Zerg is only just getting +1 now, so it's not the biggest deal. Once Storm is done, if there's no lurkers or hive tech from Biggie Sama, I think Countess is in a great position. But
Just
she doesn't.
nice position,
Okay, this
yeah.
pylon is huge. This is a Gabe pylon. That is massive.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how she does. She's away from her batteries. She's got a
Good pull
lot.
back on the sentries, on the Steelers.
Oh,
nice crossing on the
nice
bias.
split. It's beautiful.
Storm is not done. Storm's not done.
Storm's
Yeah,
not
good
done,
move. Yeah.
but
I like it.
there's a lot of Immortals versus a lot of Roaches, which is always nice to see. The Immortals are fighting back towards the batteries.
She was attacking her own gateway, which is massive.
You don't need that, yeah. So you need to save
pick up
the Immortals, the Warpin of the Zealots. You need to keep these Archon. You need to keep these Immortals alive.
Yeah, good pickup.
Okay, how much more? Okay, so the Warpins are coming in. The
Oh, she killed 50 workers! She killed 50 workers!
She killed 50 workers. Okay, she's.
15.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst observer in the world because I completely missed the run by.
That was
So-
a run by with Zealots on the moment.
Yeah,
Zerg
really
was
big
coming
run
in.
by.
Yeah, she's gonna get the head through maybe too. No,
That's
she's not gonna get the head
massive.
through.
That is absolutely massive. So now after
Yeah,
this
it
fight,
is.
how
Such a
many
big
kills
deal.
is this Zergling gonna get? My God. Okay.
Okay,
overall
so
this
now
game-
Countess needs to make a 4th base. Like Countess needs to expand right now because now she has the freedom to expand. Because she killed so many workers and she had to push. She should not push. Like this is the worst thing you can do. It can work, but I think it's like so much worse than just expanding because the Zerg is still on roach take, and the Zerg has nothing else. But he's on 66 workers. Like just expand, bro. Just expand.
The
Defend.
Zerg is getting hive. Zerg has a Spire. Zerg has +2
Yeah, but
on the way. Countess has no
it doesn't-
upgrades. She's got.
It doesn't really
Stormfang.
matter. Like, there's absolutely no need to push right now.
Yeah, okay. I personally, I think a push is good here. You've got a recall at least. You need to kill some creep. You need to do something, right?
I mean, if she wants to push, then she needs sentries. Otherwise, the roaches can just kite and then kill everything. Micros
No, I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. I would like to see a push with a 4th base, to be honest, and just don't commit. Force units out, you know? Force garbage units. Yeah, more roaches. Yeah, make as many roaches. So even just that move out from Countess is really huge. Because even though, like, yeah, you don't want to push, right? But you need to fake a push. You need to show a push so that you make the Zerg make garbage units. And that's exactly what Countess has done. So I really like this. I'm hoping that she's going super big
9 High
style.
Templars.
9 High Templar. Jesus Christ. Okay, so they're mostly going to be Archons. I would like to see, you know, a lot of High Templar here, though. Zerg doesn't have anything that deals with High Templar. Her window now
like
is
roaches don't really care about stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna hard disagree with you on that one.
What worries me right now that there's no observer.
The sellers are not micro. The sellers are not micro. Yeah.
I mean,
yikes.
Okay, so I don't even know where to begin commentating this fight. There's a lot of
hello. Sellers weapon. The seller weapon is massive. The Zerg needs to kite really well now.
Yeah, this is basically looking like a Marjorie build right now. 2 Immortals, 3 Immortals, and a bunch of Zealots. Oh, they're on the ramp, though. Oh, Jesus, they're on the ramp.
Yeah, now the Zerg's gonna hold, I think.
Yeah. So...
No, this weapon is big, so maybe there's a chance. If the Zerg gets Brutalized, then it gets really dicey. But maybe Countess can kill a lot of drones before that.
I think she's just going like full Protoss right now, where she like smells blood. She's like, I can win this right here.
No, she can't. Yeah, the push was not the right decision. Like, it was also Miss Micro, but like generally, I don't like pushing at all here.
Yeah, I don't think she even knows about this other base. I mean, Zerg's got bases all over the map.
Yeah.
Oh no, Protoss left her wall open. No.
Yeah. Now it's not.
Yeah, this is looking pretty scary. Yeah. So.
But this was a close game.
It was a very close game. Very close game. There's a lot of back and forth there. Makes you happy.
Yep.
I'm sorry. We were talking all the time, guys. That I was just like trying to focus what are possibilities here in this game. But since Countess didn't expand at all, that was a blunder. That was a huge blunder.
Yeah, I was hoping she would go super big brain mode and be like, I'm gonna expand while pushing and then just recall once you make a bunch of roaches. But then she's like, no, I'm going for the kill. I'm gonna get him. It's like, no, just relax. Okay.
So what's the plan? What's the plan right now?
Let's see. If it's me playing, then let's migrate over to your stream. My stream will host your stream anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. And
if you turn it off, or wait, I forgot actually how it works.
No, I'll turn it off, and then it'll host you. You can host if you turn your stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me 1 second. Then give me a moment. Just ask first. What's gonna be the plan? I'll change fast description.
Circuit 1 APM less, by the way, than the Pro does.
It's the Drunken Outlaws versus Orbital Colossus. Friendly clan war. Just a friendly clan war. No big deal. No big deal. Oh, I got Path to Affiliate done today. Nice.
Oh, well done.
I was at like just under the viewer count I needed, and now I've got.
Okay, I updated the stream info.
If it's me, it's either 4.
Okay, I got everything that's supposed to be done. I can start streaming right now.
Or 4.7-ish for us.
All right. Passioncraft away. I'm basically ready. I already started it up, so the question is, what is the plan?
You've started the stream already? Okay, I think it's going to be me, but I want to confirm. I want to confirm before I turn the stream off, so I'm going to ask.
In case of, I'll just drop in. I'll put my stream on the screen as well.
Okay. I'm gonna shut the stream up. All right. So I'm just gonna say goodbye to the stream now, and then I'll tell them to go over to your channel. Okay. So guys, the clan war's not over. If you've been following this conversation and you're not, really stupid, you probably know what's happening already. But just to be clear, I'm going to shut down my stream now because I'm going to play in the next game. The game will be hosted on Black Psycho's stream, which you can find at... This is where you say what your stream is.
Okay, I'll just drop a link below. It's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
So Cycles will drop the link below. Is it twitch.tv/blackpsychos?
Yeah, that's how simple it is.
It'll already be hosted by my channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed these games. There's the clan war still going on. It's just going to be on a new channel, and I will be playing my Terran, which is my off race. So please don't be too harsh on me in the comments. I'm trying my best, but I'm very bad. But we'll see what we can do. So thanks for watching, guys, and I wish myself the best of luck in the next game.
Yep.